Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Today's time to update our view on the Bitcoin market. Today's really important session since we later will get the gross domestic product release, so we should get some impact on the dollar value, interest rates. That in turn could make impact on Bitcoin price as well. At the same time, on the technical picture, we are coming to the first major trading setup on the weekly chart. But first, I would like to make two notes. First of all, on the monthly chart. So a lot of people ask about what is a volatility breakout pattern by the chart Napoli. Idea of the chart Napoli stands so that when the market shows the breakout of the volatility by the trended oscillator on the long time charts, this could be quarterly chart, monthly chart, in our case is monthly, breaks the previous overbought levels that has been set, forming some extended upper direction. That's actually our case. After that, usually follows deep retracement. Usually it's 50% or 618 because chart Napoli doesn't use the 50% levels. But anyway, it should be deep. Here's will be the C points. The target of the volatility breakout pattern stands in the extensions, where the whole upper direction with the volatility breakout takes as a B shape, a B leg, and then you just build simple extensions as usual to the upside. It means that minimum target of the volatility breakout is 618 extension. It will be somewhere around previous top, 4250. Second, in our case, this is OP, 60 even target. This will be what the volatility breakout pattern could give us. But next is, of course, will be XLP, but it stands too far. Now, as you can see, the major concern stands twofold. First of all, whether this is the starting indeed of the BC leg long-term downside retracement, or it's just minor technical pullback. The market could show upward continuation extension of the current swing. In this case, you will have to start the volatility breakout calculation from the different point. And second, the placement of the C point. I just approximately put it on the 618 support, but it could be slightly higher, slightly lower, so it also could make impact on the final destination point. That's what we're considering on the long-term chart of the Bitcoin market currently. Now to the most interesting thing, it's our monthly fundamental report on the Bitcoin market. So this time I decided to not bother you with a lot of important news, although they are very important to us since actually they form our fundamental view on the market. And this time I do not put a lot of news here in the report, but here I put the two things that are very interesting to you. First of all, you could read the forecasts of the price and the perspective view on the Bitcoin price from the institutional investors. So we provide here the Guggenheim Fund view, JP Morgan, Bloomberg, so and some other whales that put the foundation and some thoughts on fair price of the Bitcoin, what levels could be reached, what could happen in the nearest time, and so on. And finally, in the end of the report, we provide our exceptional view on the tricky moments that stands around Bitcoin right now. So as we said, we should be here's also, by the way, you could see this chart. So here we have to be in the 2-step forward compared to the other market, 2-step ahead. So as we in the middle of the last year, we have forecasted the massive inflow of institutional investors to the Bitcoin market, just based on analysis of the overall news headlines on overall important events that was standing on the market. And this time we said interest stands very hot to the Bitcoin topic, and institutional investors should come on the market, providing lots of liquidity and push the price higher. That has happened. Now again, we have to be 2 steps forward on the current situation. And here we express our concern on the perspective of the Bitcoin market by the end of the current year. So if you would like to read it, you could just take a look at this report. It's not really big, but a lot of interesting stuff stands here. Now let's go back to the analysis. So we discussed this type of the action, it's long-term perspective. Now let's take a look at the particular pattern that we have. On the weekly chart, we're standing near the forming of the brand body setup. So take a look at the market, stands very close to the moving average. And if it will close below this area today, that would be brand body buy signal. By the Jordan apple, we have good thrust up, closing below 3x3 within 3 candles, and reaching major support 312, 382 fib support, 38 support on a weekly chart. What is more to say is that actually confidence support. According to analysis of the Bitcoin market, in particular some analysis agencies tells about it that institutionals hold these levels. 27, 29 is crucial level, and it suggests that a lot of support stands around it. It makes more attractive to do the brand body trade here. Just keep watching what will be by the closing of the week here after the gross domestic product release. So that's the level to consider for a possible taking the long position with the stops below these areas if you'd like to invest in the Bitcoin. But at the same time, this is long-term picture. You could keep an eye on some patterns that we have on the lower time frames that could provide more precise entry points, and where you could, with the more detail, could control the patterns, could control the price behavior. For instance, on the daily chart, you could see what happens here. Market is drifting slightly lower, and in our previous update, we said that be aware that market could reach 28 area, because the ABCD target of this pattern stands slightly lower. Its OP stands slightly below this point. This pattern I had drawn just to show you the shape. So a got is triple to buy, and it still stands here, but theoretically it should be somewhere right here. It's around 28, something of that sort. Market can't go low immediately in recent sessions just because it hits the daily oversold every time. Hits oversold, shows pullback, again oversold, again pullback. Now it could reach this level today. On the volatility, maybe that will come with the gross domestic product release. On the 4-hour time frame chart, we particularly could keep an eye on these two patterns. First of all, this is the larger butterfly that we already discussed, and take a look. Last time we also considered this minor butterfly, but it has changed the shape a bit. We have another butterfly with the 127 target, and all of them stands around 28 area. That potentially the point where the brand body trade on the weekly chart could be triggered. Also keep an eye on here we have the minor grabber, bearish grabber. It suggests the taking out of these lows. That in turn means that market could continue move down, especially on the data release. So this is the combination that we have on the Bitcoin market, brand and body on the weekly. That should be triggered by these two side-by-side butterflies with a target around 28 to 85. So this is an area where theoretically this trade should be triggered if, of course, market will drop today and will close below 3x3 on the moving on the weekly chart. Stop could be hidden under the next support area, which is 27 even. So somewhere below this area. So approximately will be 1,000 per contract, per coin. This is the risk of this trade. Pullback, as you know, the brand body target is a 618 pullback, at least 618 target. So it will be more or around 9,000 per coin. It's potential of this trade if it will start. So as you can see, interesting, relatively clear stuff that we could consider. That's our view currently on the Bitcoin market.